So Mark, what are you cooking today?
Chicken pie, by popular request.
Okay, so step one.
We're going to make the pastry. So in this food processor we have 250 grams of plain flour, to which we're going to add about 170 grams of diced unsalted butter and a bit of salt. Then we're going to turn it into breadcrumbs. We put it in our bowl, and then we add some cold water, about 6 tablespoons, and we mix it up until it forms a dough. Well, pastry dough, whatever the difference is, I don't know. Don't want to make it too wet because then it crumbles. So you want just enough water to get it to a dough. When it starts coming together a bit, you can get your hands in it.
What's it feel like?
Feels like dough. Like a sort of floury, buttery mixture. It's got a little bit of water in it.
And salt.
You can't really feel the salt, I'll be honest. So there you go. Nice short crust pastry. Wrap it in cling film. And we chill it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. While we get on with the filling.
What are you doing now?
Taking the leaves off the thyme
How are you doing that?
efficiently.
What are you doing?
Stock. 750 millilitres of chicken stock with a few sprigs of thyme, leaves picked, to which we add our chicken breasticles. We're going to poach them for about 10 minutes. Poach the fuckers. In the meantime, I'm going to get on with my onion. Chopping an onion. Not massively fine. I'm throwing a bit of onion in the bin.
Mind your fingers.
Hurt my shoulder doing that.
Oh.
It's a bit drafty in here. Need to keep warm.
Why is it drafty?
I think it's the back door and the front door. Time's up. Chicken tits out. Pop those on a plate to cool. Now I'm going to add my onion. Pop the lid on, bring it back up to the broil for about 5 minutes until slightly soft.
What are you doing, Mark?
Dabbing my ham. It's a bit clammy. It's a smoked ham. It's like normal ham, only smoked.
So what are you doing?
I'm going to cut it up into little pieces. I'm going to pop it in this bowl. Just going to test this bit for poison.
How is it?
It's fine, it's good.
What now?
Just cooking the onions.
Are they
Let-
nearly done?
Give them a couple more minutes.
How do you know when they're ready?
Instinct. Onion instinct.
Oh, what?
My onions have been cooking for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to remove those and put them in here with the cubed ham. Okay, so we now have our onions and our ham in our big bowl, and the remaining stock we've turned up the heat, and we're going to reduce that so there's only about 300 millilitres left, because that's going to make our sauce. In the meantime, we're now going to chop our previously cooked chicken into little bite-sized pieces and put it in that bowl.
It's a bit pink.
It's alright, because it's going to be cooked further in the oven later.
What shape should you cut the chicken into?
Whatever you like. You could have little cubes, you could have strips. Just, you know, something that fits in a pie, really, in a pie type scenario.
By little stars.
No.
Why?
Just their points might rupture the pastry casing.
Did you just make that up?
Yep.
Now, Mark.
Popping it in the bowl with the ham and the onions. Now I'm going to make the sauce for the filling with some butter, which we're going to melt in the same pan that we've done the stock. The stock's now in this jug. So we've reduced it to 300 millilitres.
What else have you got here?
Flour, so there's butter and flour to make a roux, and then you're meant to use like double cream, but because we're very healthy and we've already used about 4 pounds of butter, we've got some 50% fat-free creme fraiche, or creme fraiche, as I believe the correct pronunciation is, according to Stan's dad in South Park. We melt our butter, then we add the flour and mix it together to make a roux. Like you're making a soup. This will help to thicken our sauce. Now what you do then, excuse me, is you add your stock in gradually, sort of in 3 bits, should be alright, and you just mix it in with your roux, and you'll get a nice thick sauce with no lumps in it to do it properly. There you go, and then creme fraiche.
Any particular amount?
Some. I'm going to put 2 dollops in and see what it's like. That should make it go sort of creamy and sexy looking. It's good noise. Reminds me of something.
What's that, Mark?
Cheerleading documentary I've got. That's our filling sauce, which we're now going to add to the rest of the filling ingredients.
So, Mark, what are you doing now?
What I've done, Michaela, is I've cut my pastry into 2 pieces, one approximately 2/3 and one the remaining 1/3. This is the big bit, so this is going to be the base of the pie. I was rolling it out, so it's about the thickness of a pound coin in roughly, very roughly, I'm not very good, a circle. So we're now going to put it in here. With a very non-fit-for-purpose spoon.
Now what are you doing?
Rolling out the lid and the remaining pastry.
Okay then.
So I've put the lid on and formed a seal around the edge, and now I'm going to trim the excess. This massive knife.
Don't drop it.
The knife or the pie?
Both.
There's our little pie, all done. Three more things. One, we need to make a vent, or two, so that steam can escape and it doesn't explode. Then we give it a paint with the rest of our egg wash, so it goes some golden on top. Then salt on. That's it. Drop it. Put it in the oven for about 35 minutes until it's golden brown on the top.